I'm Dorothy Godin, broker at Remax Crown Realty, and welcome to Thursday Thoughts. Well, we see the market softening a little bit. It's not changing it into a balanced market. We're still into a strong seller's market. And I just wanted today to touch base about multiple offers. So, more often than not, we're seeing multiple offers on our listing. And in order for you to be the chosen offer, the one that wins, and is acceptable to the seller, you have to put your best foot forward. It's important to know that probably you're not going to get a second chance to change your offer. Usually, when offers come in, everyone knows, buyers know that, you're not going to get a second chance. So put in your best offer. So put in your best price. And in order to put your best price in, you do have to have your realtor do research and know what's happening in that market. You should, if you're buying right now, you should be talking to your realtor about what's sold lately. And you should have knowledge about, where your specific market is, what's happening, what's sold in the last month. You also want to put in a larger deposit. So for years, $1,000 has become kind of the norm up here in Sudbury. And lately, we've seen a push to a $5,000 minimum deposit, and we've seen upwards to $20,000. So if you want to put in a strong offer, put in a strong deposit. It's very, very rare that an offer will be accepted that has conditions. And I know that's very difficult to understand. And I have difficulties with it. I believe in the financing clause and I believe in the home inspection clause. I think these are very important clauses. But in this market, when you have multiple offers, it's very rare that an offer will be acceptable to the seller that has conditions. So you have to make sure that your financing is 100% before you not put that condition in. And if an inspection is important for you, you may want to consider doing a pre-inspection. Because we're holding off offers, you generally will have an opportunity to go back to the house twice before you write that offer. So if you want to do a pre-inspection, by all means do that and have a comfort level with the house that you're going to buy. The other thing is you want your realtor to talk to the other realtor and discuss what conditions in the offer will make your seller happy. What closing date will they want? What chattels do they rather keep than include? Those kind of things that are very important, I would also, when you're giving feedback, try not to be negative, because if you have two offers that are the same, that seller is going to remember all those negative comments that you made about their house. So I would say be very careful when you're giving feedback. The other thing is representations and warranties. So every once in a while, I'll see an offer that has a statement that says the seller represents and warrants that there's no problems with electrical, plumbing, structural, etc. Years ago, we used to do seller property information statements, which I believe was a 4-page document stating the same thing, that there's been no problems with all these things about the house. Lawyers have since many years ago told us to stop doing those forms because they caused a lot of problems and a lot of legal issues. So we stopped doing the seller property information statements. But this, by all means, doesn't mean that the seller has to, not talk about problems they've had. They must disclose problems that they've had. So when you write in these representations and warranties in the offer, it's no different than doing a seller property information statement. And I talk to my sellers about my experience with them and what lawyers have told me about those comments. And more often than not, they're not going to sign an offer that has those representations in them. So basically, you want to come in with as clean an offer as possible. And I'll tell you, most offers that are getting accepted are super clean. They just have the one statement about paying the balance out, and then they might have a statement about a walkthrough. But we're even seeing offers that don't have a walkthrough. And having said that, there's case study that even if it's not in an offer, the buyer has the right to do a walkthrough. So I like to put it in the offer, but if it's not there, it doesn't mean that you can't do a walkthrough. So I hope you find that helpful. I think what's key to remember is that when you have multiple offers, you are not going to get a second chance, probably. I mean, the odd time you will, but probably you don't. So if you find this helpful, please let your friends know about the Thursday videos. As always, you can reach me at Dorothy Godin at remax.net or 705-561-2360. Have a great week.